You're hiking in the desert, the sun beats down, sweat trickles down your forehead, and your feet press into the dusty ground. Suddenly, from the corner of your eye, you see movement, a flash of tail disappearing behind a rock. Your pulse quickens. Was it a scorpion? A snake? And then it hits you. What do you hope it is? Because let's face it, neither would make for a good encounter. But if you had to choose which is worse, a scorpion sting or a rattlesnake bite, let's dive in. First off, let's take a closer look at the players in this life-threatening match. The scorpion, sleek, armored, and armed with a venomous stinger at the end of its tail. There are over 2,000 species of scorpions, but only about 30 to 40 have venom strong enough to seriously harm humans. The big contender here? The Arizona bark scorpion. This little guy might look unimpressive, bright yellow, barely the length of a playing card, but don't be fooled. The sting of an Arizona bark scorpion delivers a venom cocktail capable of wreaking havoc on your nervous system, causing intense pain, numbness, and even convulsions. On the other side of the ring is the rattlesnake, a predator that commands fear with its notorious rattling tail. There are dozens of species of rattlesnakes across the Americas, but for simplicity's sake, let's focus on the western diamondback. With its broad head, striking diamond-patterned scales, and venom-filled fangs, this snake isn't something you'd want to cross paths with. Its venom? A devastating mix of hemotoxins designed to destroy tissue, disrupt blood clotting, and when left untreated, potentially lead to death. Now imagine you're unlucky enough to experience one of these injuries. What does that feel like? Let's start with the scorpion. A scorpion sting might begin with a sharp, burning sensation, not unlike jamming your finger into a cactus spine, except the pain intensifies quickly. If it's from a highly venomous scorpion like the Arizona bark scorpion, you might notice your hand or foot going numb, muscles twitching uncontrollably, and waves of pain rippling through your body. The venom attacks your sodium channels, sending your nerves into overdrive. In severe cases, you might experience difficulty breathing, dizziness, or even temporary paralysis. For many, it's several hours of agony. And now the rattlesnake bite. Here, the experience is far darker and slower. When you're bitten, you'll feel two sharp punctures as its fangs pierce your skin, like being stabbed with twin needles. Almost immediately, swelling begins around the bite site. The venom spreads, breaking down tissue, causing bruising, and triggering intense, throbbing pain. It feels like your flesh is being consumed from the inside. Over the next few hours, nausea sets in, perhaps accompanied by difficulty breathing, blurred vision, and destruction of blood cells. Left untreated, rattlesnake venom can result in kidney failure, permanent tissue damage, or death. Both sound horrifying, right? Scorpions generally don't kill. Their stings are ferocious, yes, but fatal stings are rare. In Arizona, for example, less than 5% of bark scorpion sting cases require intensive medical care. Anti-venom exists for severe stings, and most victims recover within hours or days, albeit painfully. Rattlesnake bites, though, are a different story. Every year in the U.S., around 8,000 people get bitten by venomous snakes, including rattlesnakes. Of those, about 5 to 10 result in death. What's worrying is that untreated bites can cause long-term disability or tissue necrosis, to the point where amputation might be necessary. And while anti-venom exists for rattlesnakes, it's expensive, sometimes costing thousands of dollars for a full treatment. Still, survival often depends on a few key factors: where you're bitten, how quickly you can get help, and your overall health. A snake bite on your thigh? Better odds than a neck bite. And when it comes to scorpion stings, stings on areas like your chest or face might complicate your breathing, whereas stings on extremities like your hand are easier to manage. Now here's the big question. Is either better or worse if you're solo in the desert? Without access to immediate medical treatment, it's a tough battle. Scorpion venom will likely make you weak, disoriented, and struggling to move, but it's unlikely to end you. Rattlesnake venom, on the other hand, creates a ticking clock. Without treatment, death could come within hours, or you could face permanent damage to your limbs. So, who takes the win as the worst of the two? Ultimately, rattlesnakes are deadlier. Their venom packs more power and does far more damage. A scorpion sting is excruciating, but in most cases it won't kill you. However, like all things in nature, context matters. An allergic reaction to scorpion venom, for example, can turn an ordinary sting into a life-or-death situation. Here's the takeaway. Prevention is your best defense. When hiking, wear protective clothing, stick to marked trails, and remain aware of your surroundings. Rattlesnakes and scorpions aren't hunting humans. They're just defending themselves. Treat every encounter with respect, and you'll avoid flipping the coin on this horrifying matchup. So the next time you wander into the desert, take a moment to imagine your worst-case scenario. Whether it's a scorpion's sting or a rattlesnake's bite, knowing how to recognize the risks and how to react could save your life.